But yeah, bro, as we know, both know why we're here, man. I wanted to just have a chat with you, G. Bro's a core graduate now, you get me? I wanted to just have like
Listen.
another update on like what you're actually doing in your life, bro. So like
Mhm.
let's start from the beginning, bro. Like who are you? What do you do? And where are you right now? You know what I'm saying? Tell the
Yeah,
people.
cool. So I'm Joe Adani, 26 years old. I'm currently in Mexico. I am a full-time remote closer
Cold, bro.
for a big AI company, probably the biggest AI info product company in the space.
In the space.
Yeah.
Sick, bro. How do you even feel like just saying that, G? Because like, we already have like a video together on my YouTube, and that was like 7 months ago. And like your situation, that was when you was kind of starting. So like, how does
Yeah,
it
yeah.
feel like? Not that your dreams actually actualized, but you are doing what you've intended to be doing for
Yeah.
months now. You know what I'm saying?
Now, do you know what it is? It feels surreal. At some days it feels surreal. Days it's like, man, I've still got long way to
Yeah,
go. You know. Um,
yeah,
but nah, it feels amazing, bro, to actually be living the life that I wanted, a few months back. So, yeah,
yeah.
it feels good.
Sick, bro. I'm proud of you, bro. You know me and all the boys, the day ones are proper proud of you and your journey, G. Like you've proper grown a lot. What would you say is like the main reason that you decided to like come into the network in the first place? Because I know like from our last conversation, which was like maybe a good 6 or 7 months ago now in Bangkok, like you was obviously looking for a network and people like out there in Bangkok who are like doing similar things. But like considering what you've kind of got from it, so like sales skills, got yourself into a role, what would you say is the main thing that the network kind of helped you with, bro?
I think just being around people who are driven, who want a change, they don't want to kind of be stuck in the normal ways of living, 9 to 5. Um,
Yeah.
seeing like different like meeting up with people from different walks of life as well, seeing what their background's been, how they're now tackling their dreams and the way they're pushing forward to actually create the reality they want, as well, because when you're in your own bubble, kind of like knowing you want change but you're just not around people who are making that change, it's very hard to imagine it until you actually speak to someone who's going through the same things as you, or wants the same things.
Yeah, bro. You know why that's so true? Because I was with Lewis yesterday. Like, obviously, I'm in Da Nang right now. I was with
Yeah.
Lewis, and we were just talking and saying the same thing as well. Like, when you're around people who just get it, like it just clicks. So you're a high ticket
Yeah.
closer. You're in the online space. You're making money, whatever. You need to be around people who have the same mindset as you, or who are on growth, who are on bettering themselves. Money aside, obviously, money's a byproduct as we all know, but they're just that way inclined, and I think it's so important. And I was saying to Lewis actually yesterday that like when you get around certain types of people and like you at the start of the year, bro, you was moving to Thailand. You can talk about your situation yourself in a second, but you then compared to you now, your reality has changed, but that's because your mindset has changed. Your standards have changed for yourself, bro. Like how has that kind of journey been for you?
It's been easier because I've been around people who are doing the same. Like, it makes it so much more easier. In terms of like prior to that, I was literally just going through the motions on my own. Not really having anyone to speak to makes it a whole lot. It's a different ball game, because essentially it's like you're pissing in the wind. You don't really know what works. You've never really experienced talking to someone who's been there, done that. So yeah, it's been a mad journey. But then obviously meeting people who have like the same mindset as you, and building that connection, and just realizing that they're just the same as you, they just might be like a couple more steps ahead. It's a huge benefit. Like, it just puts your mind at ease, and you feel like you're finally in the right place.
Yeah, bro. I
For
think when you
sure.
say finally feeling like you're in the right place, it all just comes down to what type of like environment and like you keep saying people around you do you have. Because obviously you've always, I feel like all of us are the same. All of us who want to improve ourselves, all of us who obviously like you guys who join my network and stuff like that, you're getting around people who are all thinking the same. So you're around other boys, other killers, for example, right? Who want better for themselves, want better for their life. So now when you're around these group of people, you feel calm, you feel at peace because you're around the right type of people who you know are going to help you get to your goals, bro. Do you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
for sure. 100%.
Sick, man. So let me ask you this, yeah. So how you've been abroad for what? 9 months now? Like when did you first move to Thailand?
I moved to Thailand in December, stayed out there till end of May, and then
And
went home for 3 months,
yeah.
and then came back out here. Now I've been out here for like 3 weeks.
Why did you
Yeah.
go back to the UK?
To lock in, bro. Like, it was lock-in season. So I just landed a role at the same company I'm at now, but not as a closer. So I was a sales development rep, and I just thought, you know what, I'll go back home, see Mamsie and that, see the fam, lock in for a bit, and progress and you know, try get a role as a closer on the same offer, and that's what I did, you know.
Yeah, bro.
So I think I was 2 weeks into landing that role before I came back out and just thought, you know what, let's just run the bag up on, you know, foreign soil, for
Yeah,
sure.
let's do it, bro.
Yeah.
So like when you first moved to Thailand back in December, what was your main goal? Like what was the reason? We all know the UK shit. We all know why we want to leave, but what was your goal in leaving?
My goal in leaving was to obviously stay out, to create something that didn't allow me to have to go back. The second reason was because, like, I feel like you just progress more as a person, like, when you're in warm atmosphere and you've got good food around you and good energy around you. When you're stuck in the UK, as soon as I went to the UK back after Thailand, all my vices started coming back. Like, I was eating junk food, I was watching Netflix, and it's like I didn't spend 1 hour of the day eating junk food or watching Netflix whilst I was in Thailand. You know, so I feel like the energy you get from being in another country that's more designed for your purpose, I guess. It just serves you a whole lot better.
Yeah, bro. Obviously, we all know, like, being in these countries where, you know, you're outside of the energy you've been around. So, like, you want to go and move abroad because you want to make money online. You want to be able to stay abroad, but you can't do that when you're around people who know you as what you used to do. Like, you used to be obviously working a 9 to 5, just like myself as well, right? So, the best way for you to be able to actualize your dreams and get to where you want to be is obviously going to be putting yourself in that environment, taking the leap, doing the risk, moving abroad. But that's just the first step. And obviously, what I was getting at is that the fact that you went to Thailand, it was because you wanted to make an online income. Do you know what I'm saying? And I also feel like I make a lot of content on my YouTube, right? And I talk about the different types of travelers, bro, and how a lot of people end up going back home to the UK, but by force and not by choice. How did it feel for you when you stayed in Thailand for 6 months? That's now done. You're going back to the UK, but you already had built an online income, and you're going back with like you're making money online. You're not going back, I got to go and get a labor job now, go back to what I used to. You're going back, cool. I'm just going to go and lock in for a few hours, lock in from home, eat some Moroccan food, shout out dad and that, and just like do my thing because I've already built an online income. How was that for you?
Yeah, it was weird, to be honest. Like, even just going back home and realising, right, my bedroom's like my office now. So I need to set this up accordingly because I'm going to be working in here. You know, I'm going to be earning money from here. I need to set my routine up because this is I can just do what I want. Like, I ain't got to get up at a certain time. I've just got to do the work that needs to be done within my day to earn the money. So yeah, it was sick, man. Like, even showing, like, you know, payments to my mumsy and that, like, it was surreal. Like, she finally, you know, started to believe, oh shit, he's actually working online. He's not just sat in his bedroom on his laptop. You know what I'm saying?
Cold. Tell me about that. So tell me about a time when you showed your mum like a payment you would have got from making money online. How was that experience? How did that feel? What did you say? What did mum say? Like, how was that, man? When I did it, I almost started crying for my mum, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a bit mad.
Yeah. I think she was very proud. Obviously, there's a lot of skepticism, like, throughout the older generation because they don't know about this shit. You know what I'm saying? So when I think I got paid on like a Monday night or something like that, and a payment came through, and she was sat in the living room, and I just showed her my phone screen, and she was just like, she was baffled, you know. So, and by that point, it was more than what I earned at, you know, a current 9 to 5 as well. So yeah, just surreal, bro. It were nice to actually put proof in the pudding and say, look, it's real. Believe me, trust in me, and you'll see the outcome, you know.
Yeah, bro.
Sure.
I think as well, bro, like, we're very similar in it, and like a lot of the people inside the network are very similar in the sense where we're not really flashy, bro. Like, I can say for a fact, me and you, we get along because we're the same. We're not really flashy. I don't really need to be wearing some swanky design or none of that bullshit. My goal's bigger, your goal's bigger. Your goal's to go and help out your mum, give back to the family. Obviously, you got siblings, and we already spoke about that. Same as me, bro. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So when you have a big reason why, and you're not just trying to make money online or get into an online sales role just so you can look the part in Bali, but you're doing it because I get to travel the world because I built an online income, but my bigger goal stays the same. I know what I'm doing it for, bro. Like, what's your view on that?
Yeah, I feel like it's, you know what it is, you've got to be comfortable being lonely at times, you know what I'm saying? Because the people who you grow up with obviously aren't going to see the vision that you see, you know what I'm saying? So you've got to get happy. Like, a lot of successful people as well, like, they all spend a lot of time alone, you know, in their own thoughts, planning the next move, working on themselves. and it's all part of the process. But yeah, I feel like, you know, back to your question, I just feel like it's what I was destined to do. You know, I wasn't really destined to do anything else. Like you said, I want that flashy guy, so it's all working towards a purpose, and you know, actually achieving that outcome is going to be what puts a smile on my face in the end. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Not
it,
just
G.
mine, my family's.
That's it, G.
Sure.
And obviously, not even just putting a smile on your family's face, but also just being proud because you've actually done it, G. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
obviously, I'm gonna ask you this question because some people watching this might not have watched our first interview. Where was you like a year, 2 years ago? What was your situation? Where was you living? What was you doing? What was you doing for work? And then we're gonna contrast that with what you're doing now, bro. And then you're gonna feel even more proud about yourself, bro. You know what I'm saying?
So a couple of years back, I was welding. So I was doing 10-hour shifts, 4 days a week, and overtime. Welding ovens, bro, for industrial ovens for bread. So for like Warburtons, right? So I was doing that for like 8 years as well, straight out of school. Landed obviously an apprenticeship, just carried on doing that. And I just moved job to job for that extra £1, you know? So I think my first job was like £6 an hour, apprentice. Then the next job was like maybe 10, 12. And then the next job was 13. Then the next job was like 15. And then the highest was like £18.50 an hour. And that was like the cap. You know, and then since then it was just like, right, I cannot be doing this shit, you know what I mean? I'm worth more than this. So started online fitness coaching, realised that, you know, that's probably not where my passion lies, and it lies in kind of sales. So yeah, pursued that, got on the DM setting roles, and yeah, the rest is history.
Cold. And remind me, G, what was that win you put in the channel the other week? Something PIF 20. What was that?
25k PIF.
So bro went from fucking you go. You go.
Yeah, so on the offer that I'm on now, we have deals ranging from 5k to 25k. Even above that, we have like 100k deals. Obviously, as a sales rep, you get paid 10% commission of what you close. And yeah, the back end of last week, my first full month at the company, we got 2 25k deals through the door. Obviously, that totals to around 5k commissions. Got a few on top of that as well. So we sat around like 6k in commissions for this month, for my first full month.
Sick.
Yeah.
So bro's made 6k in commissions, closing a deal that's worth 25k in an hour, just speaking, chilling in Mexico, or being in Mexico. Let me not say that you're doing nothing, because you put in the work, right? Being in Mexico, closing deals, and 2 years ago you was welding ovens for Warburton's bread and them.
Yeah.
How do you feel just saying that? Like, genuinely, how does that feel for you?
Honestly, bro, when you come off a call and you've actually sat on there for under an hour, like 57 minutes or some shit, and you've made, even when it's the lowest ticket, you've made £500 in an hour, and it's just, you come off that call feeling like, right, this is what I was meant to be doing years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, it feels, obviously it's took a lot of work to get to this level, but it's just like, right, so it's so surreal, bro. And this is only the start. You know, I'm surrounded by people who are doing like 30k a month now, you know, on the same offer, on the same company, doing the same job role. So it's just all about timing now, putting in the work and getting there. So it feels sick, bro. Can't lie. It's amazing.
Good, bro. And I say this all the time, innit? Like, not just because we're speaking, but I say that I just WhatsApp you randomly and be like, bro, I'm actually just proud of you, G, because like you wanted it from day dot. From the first day that I met you, on every single call, you had like 4 DM setting roles at one time, bro. Like, you wanted it, bro. The grit, the work was there, G. And now look, like, you're sitting in Mexico. Bro just got his tattoo a couple days ago. To closing 2 25k deals, bro. Like, this is all you, bro. Like, I'm saying this again because you should really be proud and realize that how far you've actually come. Like, people around you, not just the people who you're now meeting now, like in this, like in the last few months, but people from the start of this year, me, Abhishek, all these other people, Leo, do you know what I'm trying to say? Dylan, Luke, all these people, bro, who have seen like you from point A to where you're at now, bro. Like, you're a completely new, different person, G. Like, you should be very proud of yourself, you know what I'm saying? Like, I respect that.
Yeah, I couldn't have done it without, you know, the members in the core and your guys' support for real, bro. Like, it's been a massive help being around people who were on the same journey, if not a couple of steps ahead, because I've took so much knowledge, so it's amazing. Yeah, sick.
Come on, man. Let me ask you this question though, yeah? So you got people like you who come in, put in the work, and they get a result. Because one thing that I've been having a few conversations with different people about is like, why in life, like just in general, not everyone is able to get the result that they want. So let's make it specific to like what we do inside the core, bro. You was on every call, you was going above and beyond and doing what you needed to do, and that's why you're in Mexico today. That's exactly why you've literally done 6K comms. That's exactly why you're gonna do double that this month. Why you're closing 25K deals. What would you say is the reason why some people might not get the result they want, even if they've joined the program?
I want to say it's like drive, determination, mindset, stuff like that, and it does play a big part. But I think not everyone's like made for entrepreneurship. I honestly don't. I honestly think like the times when you're gonna be like a month in, you've made no money, you've done loads of work, and you've seen no results. They are the fucking hardest times you're gonna have to go through, right? When you're not seeing no results and you're actually putting in the work. So if you're even putting in 50%. And you're still upset because you haven't landed a role or you've not progressed as much as you think you have, and you've only put 50% effort in, then maybe entrepreneurship's not for you, I'll be honest with you. And this is what I tell my prospects sometimes. Entrepreneurship's not for everyone. You've got to come to terms with the fact that you might not be able to create that life that you want by just putting in the effort that you're putting in. And that's fine, but you've got to accept that.
Yeah, I think that's real, bro. I agree, and I believe that obviously a big part of it comes down to grit and mindset, but the whole point where we're saying about not everyone's built for it, when you really break that down, people aren't built for it because they don't put in the grit and the work. Do you know what I'm saying? Literally, like you said, bro, if you're putting in 50% of the work but you're expecting 100% of the results, you're clearly not built for it because you don't understand the game that you're putting in. Yeah. Like, people will look at my life, your life, some of the other members' life, like Lewis is up 10K in like 6 days into the month, right? And I'll be like, oh, this person's living abroad, this person's doing ABC, but they don't know, like, you was literally on 4 DM setting roles at one time. You was like, you could have stayed abroad, but you was like, you know what, even though I can live abroad, I've just got myself an offer, but I want to take this even further, I'm going to sacrifice. You could have easily stayed in Phuket, bro, been on Bangalore Road on the strip, chilling, making $3,000 a month because you're on a roll now, SDR, 3 hours a day, but you wanted more than that, and you went back home and, like, you self-sacrificed. People wouldn't even be willing to do that, bro. Do you know what I'm saying?
I went back home and I spent $6,000 on another mentorship. Do you know what I'm saying? I went back home and invested money in myself, stayed there, and now, funnily enough, I've come back out, and in the first 2 weeks of being out, I've made $6,000 back. Do you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So it's like, it's crazy.
Exactly.
Crazy.
And let's talk about that as well, because a lot of people, like, let's say you 2 years ago, you just moved to Thailand, you just come out of a welding job, or you was in a stage where you hated your job, didn't really like or was content with the life you was living. Back then, that version of you would have been like, oh, like, this online space doesn't work and da-da-da-da-da. What would you tell that old version of yourself who's skeptical about, does this shit work? Because there's always going to be someone with that mindset.
I'd always say, like, you're never going to be 100% until you actually try it. You know, you're never going to get to that point where you're 100% know this is going to work until you've actually committed for a long enough time to actually figuring it out. Because you can think and go away and think, oh, I'm going to start when I'm 100% know it's right for me. But you're never going to know until you've actually experienced it hands-on. So, yeah.
Yeah. I think it's true, bro. I think that, as I always say, bro, like, you're either going to pay with time or money, bro. So let's look at it in 2 ways, because you're continuing to invest in yourself as you always should do, bro. So it's like, you join the network, you join the core, let's say in another reality you didn't join the core, but you would have spent an additional 3.5, 4, 5 months kind of just floating around thinking, what am I going to do? Because you wouldn't have the guidance, the network, the knowledge, all this type of stuff. Now, for example, like you said, with the next person you just invested in, right? You could have either spent the next 6 months currently where you're at, which is not even bad. Like, you're still miles ahead of where you once were. But for you, your goal's obviously higher, so you're paying with money, so you can shave down that time it would have taken from someone who's just going to give you the results and tell you what to literally do. And now it's just up to you to just go and implement. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, bro.
Real, bro. So what's the plan for the next few months, bro? So, like, we've been chatting. I'm seeing you in Brazil soon. So you just come out to Mexico. You've been in Mexico for maybe a month, like you said, 3 weeks or something. How do you anticipate the next 6 months looking for you, like location-wise?
Location-wise, going to Colombia in 4 days. Gonna spend probably a month or 2 months there. Then go to Brazil, link up with you, see how that goes. But to be honest, like, Asia's calling me again, like Thailand's calling me again. So I think like February, January, like I'm going back there for sure.
Swear. So
I feel
you
like
prefer...
Yeah,
Go on.
it's the best place for like self-improvement, Thailand. Like it's just got everything there. It's just little things like the food. You go in the shops, there's fruit, fresh food. Brother, you can't knock that. Like you go to anywhere else. I'm in Mexico right now. It's westernized. Like there's just burgers and fries in your face everywhere. You go to Thailand, you can get your cute little rice and chicken, £2. Bro, you can't beat that. You honestly can't beat that. Honestly.
Yeah, I hear it.
It's fucking sick.
No, I do hear it, man. I think, do you know the way I look at the world now, bro? It's actually mad because, like, even me at this point in time today, like, 7th October or something, I'm in Vietnam. I didn't even anticipate that I was going to come here. I didn't think I was going to come to Vietnam. This is literally the 7th country I've been in or visited this year, bro, which even for me is crazy. But I feel like once you're able to just actually fly around and you don't have to worry about, like, oh, I'm living off savings, you're making money, you're going to go to Colombia and be like, okay, cool, I'm in Colombia, new country, I want to scale my income, I want to make 10, 12K this month. And once you do that and you're looking at, like, you're thinking about what money's coming in and you're living in the country you want, you can go wherever. Like, you can actually go wherever, bro. Like, you're going to stay in
world's your playground,
Colombia.
isn't it?
Do you know what I'm saying? You can go to Colombia for a month or two, then you might want to come to Thailand for a month, come see me in Da Nang, see Lewis in Da Nang, go Bali. Like, it's just, the world's your playground, bro. That's what I say to everybody. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%, bro. 100%.
Sick.
I'm with
Let me ask you this question.
Go on.
All right, go on. Was you saying something?
Nah, go on, you go.
I was going to say, let me ask you this question. So I know for a fact, you've got friends who are on the whole travel type of vibe, but they're not making any money online and they're working. Okay, I've got 4 months of savings. Let me go to Phuket and do a fight camp, or let me go to Colombia. Like, what would you say to those people who, what I like to call, are doing broke man's travel, like just like backpacking and shit like that? What would you say to them considering where you're at now? Like, what's your opinion on that?
My opinion on that is it's not for everyone. Like entrepreneurship's not for everyone. That's something that I've got to realise, and you can't force it on anyone. But if they genuinely come to you with, you know, an express view that they actually want to travel the world, because I get friends coming up to me and say, "Oh, I wish I was doing what you're doing. I wish I was doing what they are doing." But you don't. Like, you obviously don't. You'd be fucking creating that life for yourself. If you think that you severely undervalued where you're at right now and you're wasting a lot of time, and you might think, oh, it's all going to work out. And I think everyone does, like, especially in the UK when you're younger, everyone thinks, oh, when I'm a bit older, things will just work itself out. But nothing will work out unless you work it out, for sure. So yeah, it's one of them, innit?
Yeah, bro, I agree. I think that if I look at even myself, like a couple years back to now, like I used to love going on like a lad's holiday, mandem holiday, go here, there and everywhere, just so you can feel like you're living it up for like 4 days, 5 days until you come back home and reality hits. Yeah. And I think that there's so many ways to make it online. Obviously, the best ways, and you know, the best ways I would say is obviously online sales or through building your own offer through your content, personal brand, whatever it could be. But like, it depends on what your goals are as a person. Most people, in my opinion, want to go travel and see the world. What stops them from traveling and seeing the world is because they don't know how to make money online. So the whole savings thing is just a time bomb because savings run out. I moved to Thailand on savings. If I didn't learn an online skill, I would be back home. If you didn't learn an online skill, you would be back home by force and not by choice. So I agree. You're 100% right in that it's not for everyone, and entrepreneurship and scaling online income is not for everyone. But I'd say it is for those people who actually want to have freedom and are not content with the life that they have and working for someone else in a country that they don't even enjoy. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. I always say, like, you're either going to sacrifice one of two things. You're going to sacrifice the times you have with your friends, like going out, partying, drinking, like doing all this degenerate bullshit, or you're going to sacrifice that person you actually want to become, you know. But inevitably, you're going to have to sacrifice one thing without even knowing about it. So it's all about what you're willing to sacrifice in order to get what you want.
That's what it is about life, man. Like, you'll never be able to get more until you sacrifice part of what you currently have. It's as simple as that. Let me ask you this as well, G, yeah? Just before we kind of wrap up. What you've done over the last, like, 7 to 9 months has been nuts, bro. We know that. Everyone else knows that. You know that. Family knows that, right? Where you're at right now, so we're in October. You're doing October in Mexico, right? You're on track for a 10K month, getting your comms, all of that type of good stuff, right? Seeing the world. Where do you feel like you're going to be by, let's say, 6 months' time? April 2026, where could you see yourself be? If you could think to yourself, this is exactly what I'm doing, how much I'm making, and where I'm living, where is it? What are you doing?
I couldn't put a location on it. I just couldn't, because there's too much of the world to see, you know. So possibly back in Thailand, maybe like a whole new different country. Essentially still at this, you know, company, touching 20k per month. Yeah, probably just around people who are, you know, like-minded, doing the same thing as me. And just continuously leveling up, bro. Like, I feel like this is just a forever journey now. Like, I'm on the right path. Like, I finally found that path and I've just got to walk it. So wherever I'm going is just going to be, you know, levels of improvement ahead of me, for sure.
Yeah, 100%, bro. I feel like, bro, you just stepped into a new chapter of or a new version of yourself, should I say, and you're just basically committing to a never-ending journey of self-discovery and self-mastery. We all are on that journey, do you know what I'm saying? Obviously, the easiest way to judge that is by your income, making money online, whatever, but really and truly, that's what it is, bro. You taking that leap to move to Thailand the first time was because you wanted to discover and find out more about yourself. You taking 2 risks to go and invest in yourself. Obviously, you've had a great ROI, but that's a step to go and invest, to understand and discover more about yourself and, you know, what your purpose is in life, bro. So I completely hear it, man. Who knows, GM? In 6 months' time, me and you might be in Rio, in Da Nang. Who knows, bro? You know what I'm saying? Wherever the world brings us, man.
I think once you get to this stage, you can't really predict like where you're gonna be, because the world's so big in it. Until you get maybe a few years down the line, you've seen a lot, and you think, right, this is actually my place of you know, settling. This is where I want to settle. So yeah.
And because I'm not gonna say that traveling is easy, but like I'm saying, the biggest reason why people aren't able to go and travel is because they don't know how to make money. But like, you can now think, I don't know where I'm going to be in 6 months, but I'll be somewhere abroad, because you don't have to worry about what am I going to do to sustain or live there. You didn't think about, oh, let me look at this Airbnb in Mexico that's $62 cheaper than the other one. You're just thinking, hey, fuck it, let me just make more money. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Let me just go here, have an experience and lock in, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's just peace of mind, bro. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know for sure I'm not going to be in the UK. I tell you.
You know what I'm saying? I think that's what we agree on the most, bro. Yeah, being in the UK is dead, bro. It's not it, man. Tell me more about this offer, though. So, like, what does an actual realistic day in your life now look like? So, you call you're in Mexico. What's like the last week been like for you, bro?
Well, yesterday was probably the busiest day I've had today. So I think I had 16 calls booked on my calendar.
Fucking hell.
10 of them showed up. So I had 10 back-to-back calls all fucking day, from like 9 a.m. to like 8 p.m. Little gap in between. But it was the most it was the most craziest experience ever. But I learned a lot about myself, you know. I learned a lot about myself. But yeah, an average day in the life, I'll probably have like 8 or 10 bookings on my calendar. If the show rate's good for the day, like half of them are turning up. But yeah, essentially that's just the day in the life, right? I'll wake up, I'll go eat some eggs, I'll get a little run in, I'll have a little workout, I'll take a few calls, then I'll go to the gym, I'll eat more eggs, more steak, then I'll take more calls, and then I'll just wind down watching, you know, content, watching like sales calls and trainings, yeah, essentially.
Bro's life maxing.
Exactly. Man's reading as well. Like, I've been so consistent with Nero Knowledge's book.
Yeah, I got that book literally in there, bro.
Yeah, honestly. Like,
good book, innit?
Yeah, I'm like on page 140. Like, this is the most I've read like ever in my life, bro. It's mad. It's mad.
I see it, bro. I know how you're reading it, because I saw you in the Winch channel and you was like, yeah, like man's throwing in the keywords like reality and outsmarting this. I'm like, yeah, bro's clocked on now. Sick, bro. But yeah, man, we can wrap here, G. But bro, like, I'm proud of you, bro. Like, for real. Cool, you're inside my program, but I always say that, bro, it's player versus player, G. You got the result because you put in the work, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? And someone else who could be in your position doesn't put in the work, and they're not going to get the result, and that's on them because you've done the work. You've put in the time and the effort to learn, and now look at you, bro. Like, as I always say, I'm going to say it again, like, I'm very, very proud of you, bro, and the person you're becoming, G. And, like, it's showing, innit? Like,
I appreciate that, bro.
You wear that on you. It's in you, it's not on you now. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Nah, for sure, bro. Like, I couldn't have done it without you kind of showing me the path, because for years and years I kind of didn't know where to look, who to follow, what path I was on. But like, I think you remember a time when we were in Bangkok and I just said, like, look, I just need clarity. Once I've got clarity, like, I'll fucking work, you know. Once I've been shown that path, I'll walk it. So I appreciate that, and I appreciate
Yeah,
all the
bro.
boys in the network for helping me.
Of course, bro. And now look
For
at you,
real.
G, smashing it, man. Yeah, wicked. Last thing as well, what would you say to someone who's watching this now and is where you were before you joined the network? What is one thing that you would say to this person now who's literally watching? What would you say to them?
I'd say forever invest in yourself. Like if you're ready to, even if you're not ready to invest in, Ty's program, like don't even think that's going to be the last investment, right? Because it's not. Because there's going to be hundreds and hundreds of investments you need to make within yourself after this point. This is just the first. If you're on the fence about thinking, oh, I'm scared about losing this couple of grand to bro, you need to get over that, because if you have scarcity around money, you're never going to make more money.
Facts, bro. Simple as that, G. Yeah, bro. I'll leave it there, man. Appreciate the time as always, bro. And I'm ping you on WhatsApp, bro. I'll catch you soon, yeah?
Yeah, appreciate that, bro. Thank you.
Alright, boy.
In a
Let's
bit.
get it.